Good afternoon, dear friends. I'm happy to welcome you. Join us. I'm very glad to see you all. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friends, first of all, for being with me today. For being with so many of us here today. We're going to talk about our favorite topic. We're going to talk about photography. And today, we're going to discuss a very important moment in our work. Today, we will talk to you about expressive and beautiful eyes, how to create them already in the picture, how to enhance the effect of shining eyes in processing. Today, you will find not only the theoretical part. I will be happy to share with you my photo processing techniques. Today, in the masterclass, we will talk to you about how to give the eyes a beautiful shape, make them voluminous, how to make them bright, expressive, but most importantly, how to do it quickly without spending a very long time in processing, so that the methods can be simple, at the same time be very effective. It is essential to speed up in processing. I will also tell you how to make your eyes more expressive and beautiful already in a shoot. There are techniques of my own which I use and I will certainly share with you today. Also, I will tell you how to change or enhance the color of the eyes, how to work with the cornea, and how to whiten the whites when there is some parasitic shade on them. We will talk to you about all of these today. And the main purpose in today's masterclass, we have one goal today: to learn quick and effective techniques for creating expressive, beautiful, and deep eyes in the portrait. So, let's get started. I can see you're looking forward to it. So, where do we look first in a portrait photography? Let's clarify with you once again the answer that in a portrait photography the eyes are very important because the eyes are what convey a person's emotions, what captures, what says a lot about the person himself and his character. The eyes are the mirror of the soul. So often through the eyes we can read thoughts, mood, so the eyes are the main thing in any portrait. It is often said that a portrait lives in the eyes of its hero. What emotions can we read in a gaze? They are curiosity, fear, disappointment, hope, happiness, love, sadness, and joy. The widest possible range of emotions can be read in the gaze, can be read in the eyes. And of course, we, photographers as well as artists, pay a lot of attention to the expressive gaze. They also say psychological portrait. What's the psychology in it? Because a portrait says a lot about the person's psychology, about their mood. Everyone understands that the eyes tell about the person. They say a lot. Our task is to convey the nature and feeling of our characters. Analyzing the artwork of many painters, we're simply amazed at how precise the emotions, how beautiful the eyes are. Not just beautiful, they really tell us a lot about the person. It is often said that the eyes are smiling. Moreover, although the lips are not smiling, there can be some spark within the eyes that tells us that the person is smiling at something inside. In addition, when, for example, both eyes and lips smile, you can see that the person likes everything. There is an atmosphere of warmth. Sometimes it happens that there is a smile on the lips, but the gaze remains cold and sharp. Then it is clear that despite the fact that the person is smiling, he is far from having fun. How to amaze the viewer by your portrait? I love it when the eyes of the hero in the portrait look directly into the eyes of the viewer. They say about such pictures, it's like looking into soul. I love this kind of portraits when a relationship is established between the model and the viewer, when a kind of eye contact occurs. Frames like that are very arresting. When the viewers look at the picture like this, he stops and looks into the eyes and pays his attention to it. That's very important for us. Portraits like this, where the look catches the viewer's eye, evoke special feelings and emotions. These portraits are considered powerful. So I love it when my characters look directly in the eyes of the viewer. I have many such portraits, and if you're familiar with my work, you have probably seen them. So why do you think it is very important what I'm talking about today? Of course, you don't have to study anywhere. You can go out and go through all your mistakes, but it is a long way to go. Of course, you can walk down that road when you're in your own directions, your own heroes, and you want to do everything on your own. Yes, of course, you may get there where you desire to get, but it will take our precious time. I'm always better to hear at least the theoretical information and then apply it to your work. Pay attention to some moments. Going back to the starting point of my journey when I just decided to take up photography, I did not notice many of the tricks that I see now. I saw that the photo is beautiful, that the eyes are too. Since we're talking about them today in the photo, I like them essentially. But I didn't understand why I was so attracted to them. Often people look at the photo and they don't see the features. They don't understand what will lead them to the best result. Today, in the second part of our masterclass, we will just talk about tricks in processing. I will show you my secrets for creating beautiful, impressive, expressive eyes and try to share the most effective, simple methods that you can immediately take and use in your photos. Yes, it was difficult for me too. I've been collecting the information that I have by now by bits and pieces. I do not know how many years it took me in my trainings and practice to learn all these tricks which I will share with you today in our masterclass. So get your notebooks and pens ready and hurry to write everything down because these are really effective ways and methods that will make your photo beautiful right away. You and I talked about the fact that you can, of course, not really on knowledge, but try to achieve some results on your own. But this way is very long and life is too short. You want to achieve everything much faster, don't you agree? Say that you want to achieve results much faster and see your pictures the way you would like them to be. You want it to be quicker. You want the shooting and the processing to be easy and simple and understandable. And you want to feel good about it and think about completely different things. When you and I have mastered these technical points, when we have our hand in the job, when we understand what to pay attention to, you and I as photographers will focus on completely different things, on emotions, on composition, on taking your photo, what your photo says, what it speaks about. When all these technical points become simple and easy, then we think about these interesting things. And the faster we come to developed version for us as photographers, the better our photos will be, the deeper and more interesting the meaning will be. I wish everyone to achieve these results. I'm sure you agree with me. For sure, processing takes a lot of time for many people. Indeed, you want to do everything quickly, easily and with pleasure, and not to sit in front of the computer for too long period. Because besides processing and shooting, you still have your life, families, children, and you want to communicate with them. So today I want to show you simple and easy techniques. You will see how effective they are and how quickly you can take beautiful photo. So please, write in the chat, have you ever had such moments in your shoot when the eyes in your photo, in your portraits just fell through? There was no glare, they were lifeless. Have you had such moments in your shooting career? Tell me please, have you had moments where you sat down for Photoshop, processed, aided brightness in post-processing, but then realized that you over-photoshopped, obviously, didn't know how to undo them, deleted everything and started over again? Have you ever had those moments when you sit and process for hours and the result leaves you wanting more and feeling very sorry for the time spent? You just look at the picture and you do not like it. You do not want to give it to the client. It is not the picture you have dreamed of, not the picture you have imagined, isn't it? Of course, everyone has had such moments, and I also had such situations in the beginning. Here is such a photo, an artistic photo. It attracts the viewer. People want such photos for their families and for themselves. And this is especially true for portraits. I have a lot of orders for portrait photography. My heroes like how I precise them, how I precise their eyes. And they want such photos for themselves. You know, art photography is in the great demand now. So I really love this genre of photography and continue to do it only in this way. And I see interests from my students in this genre of artistic photography and from my commercial heroes, whom I photograph exactly. And I hope, guys, that you have noticed that the level of such artistic photography is growing every year. Every year, art photography becomes stronger and stronger. Every year, there are more and more wonderful photographers who really make a good and interesting artistic photo. People who love photography, who like my work, could earn this knowledge because it is, of course, very important for every person to engage in creativity. Creativity occupies a very, very important place in the life of every person on the earth. But it is also important for us that we earn money from our favorite business, from our favorite hobby. It is correct to say that the one who is engaged in his favorite thing practically does not work. I mean, it is not a job because it is nice and pleasant for you to do it. Therefore, I want all my students not only to take beautiful and incredible photos, it is important too, but also to earn good money and feel comfortable and pleasant on their work.